What are the issues driving you to the polls? I want to hear from you at 217-629-7970. That's the phone number with Springfield's Morning News. I'm Greg Bishop on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. Again, you can also email bishoponair@gmail.com, and we can connect that way. Now, I want to encourage you also to go to WMAY.com/pink and donate for Real Men Wear Pink. Of course, we've got this fundraiser going on with the help of Heartland Hearing. Better Hearing starts today. You can help us raise money for breast cancer awareness. Go to WMAY.com/pink, and you'll see the link there where you can go and donate. Let's see where we're at right now. I've got, $1,742 that I've raised. And that's pretty incredible. When I got to the $1,300 mark, I painted my nails pink. So those are looking pretty good. Might have to have Megan do a little bit of a touch-up if I do a bunch of yard work. But, $1,300 to get here with the pink nails. Now I'm at $1,700, and that means we're even that much more close to getting my hair pink. If I raise $4,000 during this campaign, I will dye my hair pink, all right? And we're not talking about the pink highlights I put in there last year when I reached my goal. I think I'm going to go do like a pretty big fade, so it'll just be a nice bright pink on the top of my mop here. So donate today, WMAY.com/pink, and we can make this happen to continue to raise funds for vital research and support for those who are diagnosed with breast cancer. Early detection saves lives. It's incredible what science and technology and medicine has done for breast cancer patients and being able to live with that diagnosis. So it's all in part with the efforts that we're all banding together here to raise money for the American Cancer Society. So again, WMAY.com/pink. All right, I want to get to the polling here. Recent data released by Emerson College shows that some of the top issues voters are taking into consideration as they head to the polls. They say nearly 40% say the economy with jobs, inflation, and taxes is top of mind, with threats to democracy at 17.5. I'm curious what exactly are the threats to democracy they asked about, or if they just asked in general, are you worried about threats to democracy? Meanwhile, you've also got on the list here abortion access. 12.2% polled say that that's top of mind. Crime is actually tied in this Emerson College poll with healthcare, which with as much as there's been stories about crime in Chicago, you'd think that would be higher up in the list. But wrapping up the rest of the list there, rounding it off, you got something else at 5.6%, immigration at 3.5%, and education at 3.1%. But what are some of the other things you're worried about? 217-629-7970 is the phone number. The major issues you're thinking about as you head to the polls this November 8th. Good morning.
Morning, Greg. For me, crime's at the top of the list. You know, if you can't feel safe going out on the streets, it's kind of hard to participate in the economy and do other things like that. As a blind person, I want to be able to go out on the streets of the cities in Illinois, whether it's Springfield or Chicago or anywhere, and not have to fear getting shot at or getting robbed or something like that. Crime's definitely the top issue for me. If you don't feel safe, I don't think all the other stuff matters, at least in my opinion.
Well, and what it does too, and when we talked with Todd Meisch with the greater with the Chamber of Commerce, the Illinois Chamber of Commerce last hour, one of the things he raised was the Safety Act and whether or not they're going to actually bring about amendments to the Safety Act that are driving some of these major concerns about crime, because if there's no addressing crime and it's allowed to get to the levels it is right now in some areas, that could drive down business, because as you're saying, you're not going to want to go out to these businesses.
Well, exactly. I just was reading something in the Tribune, I think it was a couple days ago or yesterday, maybe. Well, I don't know. Anyway, that talked about more crime like in Chicago in the Central Business District. That used to be an area where you felt safe. The crime didn't happen there, and it's happening there. I mean, it's I just moved.
And the videos and stories that are coming out, it's really gut wrenching to see the daylight drive-by shootings where I think children are being killed in these, and toddlers are being shot in these drive-bys.
Well, yeah, and in fact, I just before I moved down here, I was going downtown every day, and frankly, it was a little scary. As I mentioned, being blind. If I ran into somebody, were they going to turn around and hurt me or try to shoot me or something? It's just it's something you think about.
Yeah, absolutely. So crime top of mind for that listener. Greatly appreciate you taking time with us this morning. Let's go to you. What are some of the major topics that you're heading to the polls to vote for? Good morning.
Good morning. I agree with the crime has been one of my biggest topics. I know inflation's a big topic, but to me, crime is rampant. And the problem is I don't believe either party really wants to solve the problem. I don't think, I don't believe either party at all right now. And the candidates out there, they all talk a big talk, but no one's actually doing anything. And, the fact that you can have cars broken into and they won't even send out a cop to investigate it because that's a little petty crime. Well, that's crime. And it escalates from there. And if you can catch the people doing that crime, you can prevent them from doing other crimes.
Yeah, there's this
but
theory.
We don't even put them in jail.
Yeah, there's this theory called the broken windows way of doing law enforcement, and the idea is that if you allow people to have broken windows in a home on a street and it's in violation of code, but the city doesn't do anything about it and just allows for broken windows to be all over the place, you're going to see more broken windows, and you're going to see more dilapidation of those properties. And the theory is that, for law enforcement, like especially in New York, turning your head away from somebody jumping a turnstile at a subway. Yeah, okay, jumping a turnstile, it's a petty offense, whatever. But if you allow that to happen, it's going to escalate. It's going to continue to snowball, and that's what I think a lot of people are concerned about as they see the trends.
One of the things that I got really upset about was that the Levander, or the basketball kids that did the stealing in China a number of years ago, and they got off. And in China, that doesn't happen. And this lady the basketball player in Russia, she knew she got things stolen. But if that happened in America, they'd been out. They wouldn't even arrested them. And I'm sorry, that's how you fight crime.
Wait, are you talking about Brittany Griner with the cannabis oil that she was caught with?
Right, she deserves to be in jail.
Well, she violated Russia's law.
But you know what? In America, we've made it so darn easy just to do whatever you want, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, if you see, I appreciate the call. If you see some of the videos and images out of, some of the most troubling areas of California, be it, Los Angeles, be it San Francisco or San Diego or wherever, some of the streets in those areas look like third world countries with open drug courts, with open drug sales, people doing heroin on the streets, God knows what else. And it just all seems to be people looking the other way. Oh, that's their body. That's what they want to do. We shouldn't be throwing them in jail. Well, we should probably be looking at ways to intervene or direct them towards other things. But regardless, crime obviously to those two individuals top of mind. And I don't know what the politics are. I don't know if they were Republicans or Democrats or independents or libertarians or Greens or communists for that matter. But I think it's obvious that from two callers, and yes, this is totally anecdotal. We're not conducting an official poll here. But the fact that crime was top of mind for those two, it might make some look at these numbers from Emerson College saying that crime's only at 9%. When it comes to issues, some may see that and think otherwise. All right, appreciate you guys taking part in the conversation. Of course, 217-629-7970. That's how you can chime in here with Springfield's Morning News on WMAY. And what are the top issues that you're thinking about as you head to the polls? Some of the other polling data that was kind of fascinating from this recent poll. shows that in the race for governor, Darren Bailey is actually not too far away from Governor Pritzker. Looks like it's 50.4 to 40.8, so that's less than 10% there from Pritzker. Meanwhile, you've got other races with Tammy Duckworth, somewhat of a comfortable lead over Kathy Salvi, the Republican. Susanna Mendoza with a comfortable lead over the Republican Shannon Teresi. Michael Frerichs with a nearly 10% lead over Tom Demmer. In the race for Attorney General, that's kind of fascinating. Kwame Raoul's getting 46.8%, while Republican Tom DeVore is getting 39.1%, but undecided in that race, according to the Emerson College poll, is 8.9%. So I think that's something that you're going to want to watch. But you've also got some other questions here, including the right track, wrong track, and 52% say the state of Illinois is on the wrong track, while you've got other issues as well, top of mind for voters heading to the polls. Amendment 1, it's the first question. We talked with Todd Mice from the Illinois Chamber of Commerce about this after 7 o'clock. Seems like it's fallen flat and not going to get the support it needs to get over the hump. 53% say that they plan to vote yes. It would need at least 60% for it to be approved, with 30% saying that they plan to vote no. So we'll see how that plays out as well. So those are just some of the latest polling data here with Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY, Springfield's News and Talk. And right now it's 8:27. Got to take a break.